So, what is the Lost Colony of Roanoke? On the edge of the New World, long before America was born, a tiny English colony set down roots on Roanoke Island in present-day North Carolina. They dreamed of a new beginning, but instead they vanished. No bodies, no battle, no trace but one single cryptic word carved into a tree, CROATOAN. For centuries, historians, archaeologists, and storytellers have puzzled over what happened to the so-called Lost Colony of Roanoke. Was it starvation? War? A secret assimilation into indigenous tribes? Or something stranger still? This is the story of America's first unsolved mystery. The basics. The Lost Colony refers to the English settlement established in 1587 on Roanoke Island, funded by Sir Walter Raleigh and led by Governor John White. About 115 settlers landed, including men, women, and children, unlike earlier expeditions that were mostly soldiers. This was intended to be a permanent colony, a foothold for England in the New World. But when John White sailed back to England for supplies and returned 3 years later in 1590, the colony was gone. The fort was dismantled, houses were empty, and the settlers had disappeared without a trace. The only clue left was the word CROATOAN carved into a post, possibly pointing to CROATOAN Island, modern-day Hatteras Island. The fate of the colonists has never been conclusively determined. How it worked, the events. The Roanoke story unfolded in stages 1584. Sir Walter Raleigh received a charter from Queen Elizabeth I to establish a colony in the New World. Scouts explored Roanoke and brought back glowing reports. 1585. The first attempt was a military colony. It failed within a year due to poor relations with native tribes and lack of food. The settlers returned to England. 1587, the Lost Colony Voyage. Led by John White, this group was larger and included families. White's daughter, Eleanor Dare, gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas. Hope ran high. 1590. After White left for supplies, the Anglo-Spanish War delayed his return. When he finally came back, Roanoke was abandoned. No signs of battle or mass death, just gone. History/origins. England's push to colonize Roanoke was about power. Spain dominated the Americas with its gold and vast empire, and England wanted its own slice. Roanoke was chosen partly for its location, close to the Spanish shipping lanes. The settlers faced a harsh environment. Supplies ran low quickly, and relations with indigenous peoples were strained. Some tribes were friendly, like the CROATOAN, while others were hostile due to English aggression in previous expeditions. John White expected to return quickly with supplies, but politics derailed him. The war with Spain drained resources, and his return was delayed until it was too late. Theories of what happened. Over the centuries, countless theories have emerged. Assimilation with native tribes. Many historians believe the settlers joined the CROATOAN or other nearby tribes to survive. This could explain the carving. Later reports of indigenous people with European features support this. Starvation and disease. Life was brutal. Without supplies, the colonists may have perished from hunger, drought, or disease, leaving little trace. Spanish attack. Spain, hostile to English colonies, may have wiped them out. However, no evidence has been found. Relocation attempt. The colonists may have tried to move inland. Archaeological digs at Site X near Albemarle Sound suggest European presence away from Roanoke. Supernatural theories. Folklore and fiction have linked the disappearance to curses, ghosts, or even alien abduction. While not serious scholarship, These stories helped cement Roanoke's reputation as a mystery. Impact/legacy. The Lost Colony is significant not only for its mystery, but for its symbolic power. It was England's first real attempt to establish a permanent settlement in North America, and its failure shows how difficult colonization was. Roanoke became a story of warning and wonder. Later colonies, like Jamestown, learned lessons from Roanoke's disappearance. Meanwhile, the fate of Virginia Dare became legendary, inspiring poems, plays, and myths about the White Doe, a spirit said to wander the woods. Today, Roanoke remains a cornerstone of American folklore. The mystery fuels books, TV shows, documentaries, and even horror series like American Horror Story. It endures because we crave answers to questions that history refuses to solve. Random facts. Virginia Dare is celebrated as the first English child born in the New World. In North Carolina, she's almost a folk hero. The word CROATOAN also appeared in other strange contexts later, including carved on a post where author Edgar Allan Poe was found delirious before his death. Archaeologists continue to search for evidence at Site X, a possible relocation site inland, with artifacts suggesting English presence. In 2007, a DNA project attempted to trace descendants of the lost colonists through native populations, though results remain inconclusive. Roanoke's story is sometimes called America's first unsolved mystery. Conclusion. So, what is the Lost Colony of Roanoke? It is a story of ambition and tragedy, of ordinary families who sought a future in a new world but disappeared into history. Whether they were absorbed into native tribes, perished from hunger, or left behind for a new settlement, their fate remains unknown. The Lost Colony stands as a haunting reminder that beginnings are often fragile, and that sometimes the most enduring legacies are questions without answers. If you also like learning random things, subscribe. You have found your happy place. Poem, CROATOAN. Upon the shore the silence stayed, where dreams of empire once were laid. A single word carved deep remained, the tale of loss it uncontained. No cries, no graves, no final fight, just whispers lost to endless night. The sea rolled on, the woods grew tall, and time erased the trace of all. Yet still we ask, where did they go? The truth is, one will never know. But in that word, etched bold, alone, resounds the ghost of CROATOAN.